We have Cess Vigneshwar of FADA with us on the show right now. Mr. Vigneshwar, I want to begin, and we'll come to the numbers that you've put in, which seem fairly muted actually for the last month in terms of retail sales. But I think the biggest story is now the rollout of these discounts that are taking place even before September 22nd. What is the kind of impact for you? Are dealers already seeing more walk-ins and people showing more interest in booking a car?
Even last month, the booking and the walk-ins were quite strong. The inquiries were very, very strong. A lot of people were enthused because of the perceived GST correction. There were a lot of people who were coming in. A lot of customers were coming in and inquiring. But however, a lot of them actually postponed their purchasing decision to this month. So having the new GST regime come in, I think it's fantastic. From one side, I think it's path breaking in terms of bringing the dreams of aspirations of owning a car, owning a two-wheeler, much closer to a customer. So a big thanks to the government, the central government, and all the GST council, state governments who are actually aligned to the same path. So thank you so much for that. I think this month, whatever the postponed sales from last month would certainly kick in. And not only that, we are going to see an extremely strong growth coming in from the automotive sector because of the rationalized prices. And even as we speak, a lot of companies have already brought down the prices, corrected the prices. And these
we're
prices
actually playing that out, Mr. Vigneshwar, on the screen. Apologies to cut you off, but we're playing that information out on the screen while you're speaking. So the price cuts are being taken account of as we speak. The question that we have is, in the short run, though, is there expected to be a loss that is borne either by the dealers or as a combination by the automotive companies and the dealers because of the inventory that was already in the system?
You are right. Thanks for asking that question. We are predicting the Cess. The GST is not an issue because it will get adjusted over a period of time, but the Cess is something which is a bit of a concern. It's actually a major concern. We are probably talking about nearly 2,500 crore upwards of Cess being with dealerships right now. It's something which we can't bear because we have a very thin margin business. Although it's a large, it's a very, very thin margin business. And taking a hit of about 2,500 crore upwards will be catastrophic for a lot of dealerships. So we're actually talking with the government, we're talking with the OEMs to see how we can mitigate this risk. Again, it's a very fluid situation. Probably we need to wait for a few more days to see how this is going to be handled. But right now, it's a big pickle we are in.
We're getting reports, Mr. Vigneshwar, that some dealers are refusing to take delivery of any vehicles before 22nd of September. Can you ratify that?
Yeah, it makes sense. There's no point in picking up vehicles right now.
No, is it happening? Are there dealers that are refusing to take deliveries?
Yes, there are. Because that's a sensible thing to do. We don't want to build losses because already there are going to be losses right now with Cess. It doesn't make sense for us to take more vehicles and make more losses. From
which companies? Or is this across the board?
Yeah, we don't comment on specific companies here, but it's pretty much across the board. And it really, a lot of manufacturers are also arm twisting dealers and forcing dealers to take wholesales. But that's not the right thing to do right now.
Okay, so therefore, beyond this Cess issue, and the point that you've made, Mr. Vigneshwar, is very well received. And I'm sure that you'll be speaking with the government and maybe a solution will be found. But I'm just wondering about the inventories that are already in the system. Beyond the Cess issue, we're talking about a 10 percentage point cut in certain categories and more in certain other categories. So what happens to the amount that has already been paid at the dealership level?
The GST would get adjusted over a period of time. That's next 2-3 months probably is going to get adjusted. That's not much of an issue, although some of the working capital does get locked. But the biggest issue right now is Cess. And the Cess was actually meant to be paid by the end user. It is not meant to be paid by the channel partners. So I think it's something the government is looking into. Hopefully, they also take the right decision regarding it.
Mr. Vigneshwar, I think thank you so much for taking the time and wish you all the best. We're all hoping for a positive festive season.